This episode is sponsored by Bright Cellars. Bright Cellars is a monthly wine subscription box that helps people discover wines that they will love. This is the right time of year to have some extra wine on hand, hosting people for the holidays, visiting friends and family, and of course, gift giving. Take the Bright Cellars quiz and the algorithm will match you with wines that you will love and you will be proud to serve or bring to your next festivity. Once you've tried your wines, you should go into your account and rate them. This helps the algorithm know what you did and didn't like about your recent order so that your next box of wines can be even better. I recently tried Obscura Petite Syrah, a full-bodied, richly flavored wine with hints of blackberry jam and ripe plum. I loved it. Bright Cellars' Delight Guarantee means if you don't love a bottle that you receive, they will send you a replacement in your next box. I really love it because the packaging is recyclable and plastic-free. CinemaSins fans get 60% off their first 4-bottle box. That's just $38 for 4 bottles. Go to brightcellars.com/cinemasins to get started. The link is in the video description. DC Comics. This doesn't look so bad. It's got a nice bench, got lots of sunshine, has its little bouncy ball. This is more like daycare than prison. Also, Folsom Prison Blues is playing, and the ball bouncing is super close to being on the beat of the song, but it's just off enough that it's driving me crazy. Michael Rooker appears in a James Gunn film cliche, opening your movie with gratuitous avicide. Prison cafeteria ran out of apples? Cool hero walk shot, but why is giant American flag? This may be an aircraft takeoff zone, but it's still a fucking prison. For-profit prisons in the U.S. do not wastefully spend any money, let alone on something as stupid as an American flag as big as a football field. Casting your brother as a weasel.
Turn it around. No. Yeah. Put it in there. Now you're safe.
When the mutated weasel has a better understanding of how seatbelts work, you should really start to question your value on any team, let alone one that may depend on you in life and death situations. Also, discount Nathan Fillion. Holy shit!
What does Savant do again?
It's Brian Derlin. He's an expert in weapons and hand-to-hand combat.
Thank you. Now that I know Savant is basically good with guns, I'm sure I will have no problem understanding what he brings to the team that is different from the likes of Deadshot, Deathstroke, Peacemaker, Rick Flag, Blackguard, Harley Quinn, and basically 90% of every Suicide Squad we've ever seen.
What are you doing?
Good meeting, everybody.
Just ready to go.
Just our normal, casual morning meeting.
Did discount Nick Frost really need to come up with a cover for this? I seriously doubt that Waller gives a shit about some office betting pool when she is the one sending the subjects of said pool to what is clearly advertised as almost certain death. In fact, considering she literally holds the key to their brain-blasting button, I'm amazed she isn't using her insider knowledge to get in on the action.
Your name is Letters?
Name's a Letters, dickhead.
Boomerang would be amazing at CinemaSins.
American women all love accents.
We do, because we don't got none.
That's Texas.
Did anyone check on whether Weasel could swim?
Regardless, how about somebody just gives him a hand anyway? You know, just in case he is, in fact, drowning. Savant waits until he is fucking sinking before finally deciding to help the poor rat bastard. Why is the Corto Maltese army only appearing on this screen now? This monitor seems to be hooked up to a UAV, but what's the point of sending it in after your team is already at the place that you are UAVing? Harley survives all of this, mostly due to her plot armor. Honestly, I'm not prepared to allow my brain to process this. Harley, take this one for me, will you?
What the
How's Team 2 holding up?
Holy double-cross sneaky Team 2, Batman! I am fully aware of how toxic some office workplaces can be, but this movie seems to be going to extreme lengths to make sure these people are as unlikable as possible. Celebrating their winnings is gross, but I can kind of see it. But why is this guy flipping off the pictures of the deceased as well? Why, movie? Why do you want me to hate these people? Especially since they end up saving the day at the end of the movie. And with this bird vengeance, I present to you the only thing that comes close to a fully realized story arc. Is he the only guy cleaning this entire prison? Kids.
No.
Parents. Kids. God damn it, who am I supposed to be rooting for in this damn movie?
I don't only care that you got caught. I care that you got caught for stealing something as stupid as a f***ing TV watch!
It does other things too!
He was gonna kill his kid?
And so begins the apparent redemption of the most f***ed up office team since Dunder Mifflin opened its doors in 2005. But why are Waller's tactics so shocking to him? He's been here long enough to be betting on which Z-list DC character dies or survives each mission, but the fact that Waller would use a child to blackmail an inmate onto the team is somehow shocking to him? She's f***ing playing the hits right now.
Are you having a laugh?
What?
You just said each member of the team is chosen for their unique abilities. He does exactly what I do.
Bloodsport would be Deadshot at CinemaSins. Does Ratcatcher 2 keep her orange juice at room temperature? And why does Ratcatcher 2 have a hamster ball? A rat won't even fit in that thing. Why would you do your big mission presentation in such a way that the debriefer's shadow blocks part of the presentation image? Just take some of the money from the prison's giant American flag fund and put it into better projector setup.
The country has been ruled with an iron fist.
Hey, that's a Marvel property. Don't you need permission to use him?
Your mission is to infiltrate Jotunheim.
Of all the names and all the collected history of humanity, why did the writers pick Jotunheim? It's as if they thought, everyone loves those Thor movies. Maybe we could steal some goodwill via osmosis.
That is an overhead projector.
Do you ever use it anymore?
No, not really.
So why don't you just throw it away?
Ratcatcher 2 would be... God, all of these fools would rule at CinemaSins.
You know what I think? I think liberty's just your excuse to do whatever you want.
America.
You are the only one fit to carry my traveling.
Oh, fine. It's cool when the British guy says it, but when I said the exact same thing in college, it somehow meant I was being a creepy jerk. Beating a dead corpse.
The titty monkey, sometimes called the titty monkey by ignorant Americans with a fondness for breasts, are vocal social creatures that live along rivers and lakes in the Amazon, where we are not.
In my admittedly dated experience of slumber parties, I always found it was a good idea to expel one's polka dots before settling in for bed, especially in mixed company. Okay, let's talk about this sequence of events here. Polka gets overflowing and goes into the woods for a colorgasm, but that wakes Bloodsport. Then, separate from all that, King Shark just happens at that moment to be trying to eat Ratcatcher 2, but her rat Sebastian is able to signal Bloodsport just in time. Phew! That is a couple loads of bullshit.
I know, friends.
Same to Nawe. Same.
If I die because I gambled on love, it will be a worthy death.
But you'll never know one way or the other because you'll be dead. Would it not be less risky to just take turns taking watch instead? You know, just in case Discount Jaw's stomach is bigger than his heart.
Oh my God, I'm good at my job. I found him.
Seems more like the computer found him, or the satellite. You were literally leaning back drinking a soda, so I don't know how you did anything. How? How are these two chuckle f***s still standing around as if none of this excessive blood sporting and peacekeeping was happening mere feet behind them? God damn, this movie is funny. And these assholes too? Sweet galloping plot conveniences. Did Waller set the difficulty on this mission to off? Man, this guy's got lungs. I haven't seen someone blow this hard since Jamarcus Russell. This whole tower is polka dotted down to the ground and no one inside the special hut where Flag is hears it.
Why did my people not alert me of your arrival?
Why does Radio Shack ask for your phone number when you buy batteries?
I'd make a deal with the devil to stop them.
People who say this are really underestimating the devil. Trust me. Doctor, who is that?
Project Starfish.
And the hot dog flavor water?
Whatever you Mario Kart racing D-bags are called!
That's all of the ists.
Put this on.
She is completely tied up. How the f*** is she supposed to change clothes?
Forget my appearance, Senorita Queen.
And that suspiciously large amount of smoke coming from that guy in the corner cigar. Also, apologizing for something you have complete control over. Seriously, Luna clearly arranged for all these people to be here for Harley's arrival, and now he's acting as if his anaconda don't want none and wasn't thusly prepared. If the previous regime was at least not directly offensive to the American government, but this new regime the U.S. hates, how is there a turkey on this table? Does the South American island of Corto Maltese have native f***ing goddamn turkeys? Because I don't damn think they do. But also, I choose to believe Harley chomping down on a turkey leg is a direct reference to Flag voraciously biting a chicken leg in Suicide Squad. Is this all the same day? I think this is all the same day. Is this all the same day? This is why, people. This is why I'm always going on about overcandling, leaving your pistol unsheathed during coitus.
Nazis came here seeking asylum after World War II.
I swear if you counted up the total number of leftover Nazi scientists that are out and about doing sketchy shit in every movie and TV show since 1945, you wouldn't be able to go to a fucking Walmart without bumping into one of those bastards reverse engineering Twinkies to travel back in time to poison Churchill. Wait. Hello, Netflix? What the actual is this movie's issue with birds? Did a rogue macaw shit on James Gunn's lunch?
What is it?
It's an interdimensional virus.
Oh.
There are clothes in the boxes for all of you, so you can blend in.
Lady, none of these people are blending in because of clothing. This is just an excuse to put them in silly outfits, and while I can appreciate the humor, I still have to sin it.
Damn.
Damn? You nailed it? Your golf hole simulator is a drinking glass. It's bound to act strangely.
The military must have put signal jammers around the city. Your comms are down, but we could still activate the bombs.
Convenient brain-blasting bombs that ignore signal jammers because the plot needs them to are extremely f***ing convenient. How the f*** is this not dangerous? Shark is giving the finger to the rules. He's in plain sight.
Why are you so afraid of rats?
The plague, mostly.
We lived homeless in the streets of...
Skip
State considered the rats a weapon.
I don't think I can fault the state here. You have already used the rats as a weapon in the last couple days, so why the tears?
You remind me of my daughter.
F you, dude. You made it clear in the earlier scene that you barely knew your daughter. John Cena dancing. This is one of the most disturbing scenes ever filmed. Like, will YouTube's content filter even let us post this? Is this suitable for advertisers?
I've got a great white out back that's looking for some chum.
Thing I said to my college girl, remote controlled or not, this is still just one f***ing rat. How was it able to knock this guy down and resist being launched into next week's Ratatouille? Yes, these guys are assassin guys, borderline superhero-ish with abilities, but they can still die in a horrible rollover crash. And yet they intentionally kill the driver, then when the passenger takes over driving, they take him out too. What the sh**? You're torturing Harley Quinn? They all seem to know who she was by name, but if they're tasering her to get her to talk, they don't know shit about Harley Quinn. This is absolutely making her day.
Don't leave one of our own behind.
Yes, you f***ing do. That's the whole point of the damn team, or else it would be called the Leave No Person Behind Squad. Playing emoji charades at work. Also, emoji charades. I mean, if you're gonna be strangled to death. Much has been made about how Margot Robbie apparently did this using your foot to unlock the chain scene herself, which is admittedly cool as f***. But I'd have given all the sins back if she got that key into the lock, only to learn it's not the key to her chains, but some random other key, like the dude's locker at the gym. Okay, yeah, you're probably not supposed to be gambling on company time, but I still holy f***, that handgun is pointed directly at this card-playing fellow on the left. I can understand the first couple of guards being caught unawares, but despite the gunshots, the rest of them continue to walk in one at a time, like they're coming out of a f***ing Pez dispenser. No one will be seated during the John Wick Harley Bellum portion of the movie. Come on without, come on within. You'll not see nothing like the fighty Quinn. I guess the key to not cutting your fight scenes to hell and back is to hire Margot Robbie to star in your action film. Between Birds of Prey and this film, she's clearly one of the best actors who can do stunts working in Hollywood.
Bird.
Now it. Stay off the comp.
Why did you even give him a two-way radio? So, just because the Thinker Guy is driving, these idiots open the gate without even looking inside the weird new large vehicle that Thinker Guy is suddenly driving. None of them are like, why is he driving such a large vehicle? Or, why is he returning at all when he never really leaves?
It's like angels are splooching all over us.
Everyone knows that angels don't splooge. They annoy. Okay, who with the white balance setting on the sun? Do you have any idea how long it takes me to get that dialed in? The director said, please be sure to stare directly into CinemaSins' soul while taking a bite of this apple, so he knows how big of an asshole he is. The squad slaughters the soldiers outside Jotunheim in the rain, but I refuse to believe that means anything about their abilities. I mean, it was raining really hard. The bad guys had to squint even. Okay, Milton is here with them right now as they enter. King Shark is even behind him. Flag and Polka are abreast of him. The movie makes a big joke soon about how no one knows who he is.
Input the emergency code. Now!
Why would they have given the emergency front door lock code to the scientist working on experiments inside the building? This is a military-run facility. Good thing they literally left the front door open.
If God existed, wouldn't this be proof that he wasn't good at all?
Well, no, actually. God's goodness, at least biblically speaking, from a New Testament perspective, is not something that prevents all human suffering, but rather something that offers grace and redemption to all those who have suffered. Character backs away from something scary only to be jump scared by something horrible behind them cliché. Flag pulls out a single hard drive and a wall of rack computers and servers and somehow decides it's the one he's after. And it appears he's right. 30 years of what we are led to believe is agonizing torture and Space Patrick kills the Thinker Guy this quickly? Damn it! Where's my tentacle-based revenge? Doctor Who is splat, killed with a ceramic shard. He crazy hated him. Hope he has time for this shark jumping side to side while the fish mimic his shape bullshit. I'm not sure we'd have time for this crap in a movie titled Shark Jumps Side to Side While Fish Mimic His Shape.
He was a really nice guy, and he sacrificed himself to help us.
He did not. At best, he sacrificed himself to set up this attempt at a comical exchange about no one noticing his existence. A worthy cause, indeed. Well, worth the cost of admission. From this point on, what with the building falling apart and flooding, I'm just adding 40 sins for everyone who survives this baloney. Also, Michael Bay called, and he wants his climax in a collapsing building shtick back. Like I give a shit. I know we all love King Shark, but the amount of bullets being unloaded into him is enough to take down a tank, let alone a super strong sea animal. Why stop the f***ing car here? There's still a shit ton of debris falling around you. Symbol shit.
He killed Colonel Flag. He wanted to share this with the press.
This isn't the pronoun game, but it's pronoun confusion, because the way she phrased this suggests it was Peacemaker who wanted to share the hard drive with the press, but it was Flag. I know this would be quite the anticlimax, but why does Cornell not tell his people to immediately open fire on the discount not-so-expendables? As far as he knows, they're just running from a collapsing building. And even if he did know they were running from Starro, the difference does it make? Shoot them! Isn't that why you brought out the entire army in the first place? The Last Starfighter here steals the face-hugging technique from the Alien franchise, and I am not okay with adding this to my very specific list of face-impregnating night terrors. Straight up murder. Listen to me, people. Do yourself a favor and never ever Google the phrase armpit ejaculate. Let my pain be enough to cover us all. Still better than the Rampage movie.
Bloodsport is off mission!
But why? You can't set him up as the asshole father who has had all the goodness pulled out of him by an equally assholey father of his own, and then spontaneously decide that he has a heart all along. I mean, you can, but it's some bullshit, and you shall be rightfully punished as a result.
I knew Sebastian sensed good in you for a reason.
I'm sorry. This is nitpicky even for me, but the "for a reason" here in this sentence is bothering me. It's completely unneeded and actually makes no sense. The brat, Sebastian, sensed good in Bloodsport, but Bloodsport didn't believe it. So all she has to say here is, I knew Sebastian sensed good in you, and that's it. He didn't sense good in the man for a reason. The brat didn't know there would be a pivotal climactic moment where Bloodsport would turn good. He just sensed good in him, the way Luke sensed good in Vader. Imagine Vader throwing the Emperor over the ledge and down the shaft, and Luke rushing up to Vader saying, I knew I sensed good in you for a reason. It makes no f***ing sense! Yes, Waller's subordinates did the right thing morally, in incapacitating her and allowing the squad to live and fight. But the movie glosses over how all of them will end up in Gitmo with no names, fingerprints shaved down, mumbling into the bucket they're given to poop in. What in the nanotech f***ery is this bullshit? Looks like Bloodsport was the sole member of the squad to graduate from the Prometheus School of Running Away from Things. There's always next time, guys.
Hardy! Take the high ground!
What? She has a spear. You have guns and grenades and arrows and all kinds of shit. Why is she taking the high ground? I mean, yeah, it works out that she jump stabs the Starro thing in the eyeball, but he didn't know that when he gave this order. This is a terrible order. I bet nearly 1/3 of this film's entire budget went to the CGI of the climax. Taking your preteen daughter up to deadly heights just to teach a lesson about purpose. Also, how the f*** did they even get up there? They're not Batman. You may be tempted to marvel at the underwater gracefulness of Harley and the Rats. I'm here to remind you that this is not water. It's eyeball juice.
I was happy, floating, staring at the stars.
Legit one of the best villain lines of all time because it sympathizes him instantly. I'll take another sin off.
So my daughter ever sees the inside of a prison, it goes public.
Wait, what if your daughter goes on a mass murder spree and kills 16 people by strangulation?
Waller knows we double-crossed her and she's getting back at us by saddling us with this douchebag.
Dude, you're lucky to still have your head in the same continent as your torso, let alone still be f***ing employed after the shenanigans that went down with Waller. She's willing to sacrifice Bloodsport's child for the sake of a mission, but these f***wits get a free pass because, screw it, I'm out.
That doesn't make sense.